Tonight, another night of protesters in downtown Columbus, and they have been at the center of controversy. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us here for 10 TV News at 6. I'm Scott Light.
And I'm Yolanda Harris. New orders from the mayor and a social media post set the stage for a public back and forth between city leadership and law enforcement. 10 TV's Brittany Bailey first brought us coverage yesterday, and she joins us now live with an update on all this. Brittany?
Well, first of all, I want to set the scene for you here. We are on High Street, right in front of the State House. And if you take a look behind me, you can see that High Street here between Broad and State is completely closed right now. Cars are actually parked in the middle of the street. You see someone else coming up here now. But we should point out that while the street is closed and cars are blocking it, everything is peaceful. It's a bit of a party atmosphere here. But these protests have been the center of some controversy when it comes to a social media post that was circulating this week. It claimed that protesters were surrounding vehicles and police were being told to stand down when it came to responding. Well, that led to a very public back and forth this week about how police can and can't respond in the wake of new orders about tear gas and pepper spray. Well, we learned today that new rules of engagement did go out to Columbus police. We also learned of a memo that was sent out. It says in part, "We have read and viewed statements indicating that due to recent policy decisions, officers' hands are tied when dealing with violence and helping victims in our neighborhoods, specifically downtown. We have viewed statements purportedly made by officers that individuals committing acts of violence are now defined as peaceful protesters. That is not accurate and simply is not true. City leaders have never said anything of the sort. No officer should confuse limitations on the use of pepper spray against non-aggressive and non-violent individuals to mean that an officer cannot use reasonable force to protect victims or themselves from violent crime." Well, we talked to both City Attorney Zach Klein about those reported stand-down orders and FOP President Keith Farrell about this all playing out in the public.
We want to be abundantly clear there is no stand-down order. We want to be abundantly clear that police should and could deal with violent individuals, deal with those who are endangering others or endangering the safety and physical harm of police officers, or vandalizing or looting or destroying businesses, that, or even committing arson, which we saw this week in the city of Columbus, that those people must be held accountable and should.
We're definitely, have had some disagreements in the public, but my position is very clear. My concern is for the safety of my officers and the safety for citizens that are either peacefully protesting or that are just caught up in the mix because they're driving downtown. That's our focus. That's our goal. If that means we're in a pissing match, then I guess that's what that means.
Well, Keith Farrell, as you were hearing there, did reiterate today that regardless of how they interpreted those orders, officers were never going to stand around and let someone be hurt or see someone be attacked. But again, taking a live look at what's happening now, I just saw a football being tossed back and forth here. So yes, the street is closed down right now. There are vehicles parked in front of the street, but some of those social media posts and rumors we've been hearing about protesters surrounding cars, that does not seem to be happening, at least at this point in time. We're still waiting to get confirmation that those did indeed happen. We have requested those records. Also, Keith Farrell told me today that he sent a letter to the mayor's office requesting a meeting so that they could further discuss this new guidance. He says he hasn't quite heard yet back on when that meeting will be. Reporting live in downtown Columbus, Brittany Bailey, 10 TV News.